that was beautiful.
Let's go.
What's going on, YouTube? Legend here once again, here to talk about the amazing, the beautiful, the immaculate, the spectacular Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game, oh my, you know what? I'm gonna review this. I'm gonna try and not put any spoilers in here, whether it's the clips that I use to show or the what I talk about. I'm not gonna go too much into the story and give any spoilers, but what I am going to do is I'm going to tell you that this game was perfect, everything that I wanted, everything that I expected. Well, actually, more than I expected, because, honestly, I was nervous, but man, that got put to rest real quick. I had so much fun playing this game. I don't even know where to start, but you know what? I'm going to start with the visuals, actually. When it came to the visuals of this game, the visuals were beautiful. The visuals, like when it came to like things like even the character models, when it came to that, just seeing how different characters, how I imagine they look back then and how they look now in the game, it matched up perfectly. Like Bear's voice, some people don't like Bear's voice, but you know what? That's exactly the voice I imagined. And actually, Bear actually became my favorite character throughout the game, actually. Take your best shot, asshole! And like, he wasn't before, but now, I love Bear. He's fucking great. But yeah, I mean, but I'm more about the visuals yeah, exactly. When it came to the character models, and Midgard itself was beautiful. It felt huge. I felt like I was really there walking through the streets and the slums. It really painted the picture, because like back when we played the game before, like I understood the concepts a bit. I mean, granted, I didn't play, so I played Final Fantasy VII when I was like 15, I believe, about 15 years old, and I haven't played it since. I haven't replayed it since then. So it's been about 15 years now. And, picking it back up, once I heard word that this remake was coming, I purposely left it alone, and I tried to forget as much as I could when it came to how the game was going to go. So I wanted to kind of relive that and see certain story elements that I wasn't familiar with. I didn't want to critique it to that level. But now when I see these things, like the memories start coming back, and just the things that I imagined it's just really just coming to fruition, and it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. And honestly, but I can't talk about this game so just above the rest. It's the best battle system that Final Fantasy has ever put out, in my opinion. But it should be fact, because you know what? That the battle experience was great. It was like the perfect mix between the real-time action fighting and then the turn-based fighting style. I touched upon it a little bit on the Final Fantasy Remake demo that I talked about, where I expected that. When I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be kind of like a Kingdom Hearts style, but no, they didn't do it that way. But this way is much better, because you know what? It really helped out with the difficulty of it. It made it more of like a strategical difficulty, whereas Kingdom Hearts is like, it's difficult, but it's difficult because you have to be fast, you have to be quick, good hand-eye coordination, things like that, which is great for that. But for this, I like the route that they went, where it's because back then we had to strategize when it came to the turn-based fighting, and this allows you to strategize, allows you to do those things. You still have to watch out for certain weaknesses, certain resistances that enemies have, things, so status ailments, all that stuff. You still have to watch out for those things, and they integrate it in this real-time battle system in such a perfect way. And I hope that they stick with this system. Hope that they keep doing this system, not for just the next installments for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but also for other Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 16, whatever they make next. I want this battle system to see more, even in other genres. I've seen somebody make a video how they wish Zelda had this battle system. It was great, especially how they changed the weapon system too, because like I like the Buster Sword, right? And I like using the Buster Sword, but that's their first weapon, so after a while it gets obsolete. But in this game, how they changed the weapon system is that you can level up your weapons, so each weapon that you get, your last weapon is still relevant, because you can upgrade it to be on par with the new ones. But then the new weapons are still have relevance, because you get new abilities with each weapon, and then you can use that weapon for some amount of time and learn the ability, and then put it, and then so you can use it permanently no matter what sword you use. And it's just a great way to do it. Like, I'm glad that they did it that way. Like, they had to think long and hard about that, because that was beautiful.
Maybe you should just let me drive.
But now I want to touch on the story. Now, I'm not gonna, like, again, I'm not gonna mention any spoilers, but I'm just gonna say that the story, that the way that they built on it, the way that they went about remaking the story and going in depth in certain areas, I really liked it. I really liked how they just let's for example, like the characters, right? We all know Jesse and Biggs, and the members of Avalanche, but we got to learn them at a much deeper level. We get to learn more about them, so we actually care about them as characters, with Jesse and Biggs and Wedge.
Catch me if you can!
All of them. And I loved Wedge. I loved all of them. I loved Jesse. You know, if I had a chance to go on that date with Jesse, which hopefully is in the next game, I would have went on it. But
guess I'll take one for the team and be your back warmer again.
You know what? But yeah, but it's just, it made me care a lot about more of the people that they were meeting along the way, and even the main characters themselves. Like,
how about a refreshing cocktail made by yours truly that you can sit back and savor?
Tifa got a lot more attention, a lot more depth than she did in the older game. I mean, even though nothing's wrong with how Tifa was in the older game, it's just that in this part you just don't get as much of attachment to her as you do now in this early stage of the grand scheme of things. So just the fact that they were able to do that and kind of expand upon certain things was just great to see. I loved it. And honestly, like the way that they were able to expand on this, the way they're able to do this, it just makes me more anxious to see how things are going to go in the later games and what they're going to go in depth within the later games. I mean, as you know, not everything's going to be exactly the same, but I'm interested to see what kind of differences that they're going to make and how they're going to do it. But one thing I'm really interested in seeing is how they're going to incorporate the open world, because as you know, later in the game, you're not in Midgard anymore. You're going around to different places, so on and so forth, right? And how they integrate that, how they integrate the open world system with this, I'm very curious to see how they're going to take that down. So, but those are some things that I just wanted to touch on when it came to this game. This game is an A+ rating in my book. Excellent, awesome, great. If you're thinking about getting the game, no need to think anymore. Go get it. Go play it, go beat it. It's great, it's awesome, you know? So it took me about 45 hours to beat it. And that's me doing the different side quests and such. But yeah, that's not including me doing anything afterwards, so on and so forth. So, but yeah.
Oh, would you look at that? It's the end of the ride.
Get the game. It's great, it's awesome. They did a good job, and that's my review on it. All right. Now, if you like content like this, if you want to hear more, if you want to hear maybe a review of me talking about a spoiler-filled review about it and what I thought about the game and its ending and all those types of things, then, you know, like the video, subscribe, comment. Let me know if you want to hear more about it, because I beat the game, so I know everything else that happened and everything that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and with that, legend out.